In this video, we're going to be looking at how to add a group booking for a group class that you will have done in the day into your stats in Coligo. So to start off, once you've logged in, you're going to, of course, make sure you're in the correct location, and then go ahead and click on your minutes icon to go into your minutes screen. And I'll just make this a tad bigger. Okay, please note that the first thing you do need to do is to make sure that you're on the correct date. You should always be entering your stats on the same day that you do your work, because it just helps cut down on the errors for the dates of stats. You can't even imagine how many times we've received calls or emails from people who have entered their stats all on the wrong day and realized it too late, and things had already been billed and invoiced to the ministry, and that causes just a lot of problems. So please always enter your stats on the same day that you do them. I can understand that it does happen that sometimes the computers are down or something has happened and you can't enter your stats on the exact day. So if you do have to, for example, enter your stats for yesterday, double check here, okay, that's today's date. You can click on yesterday and you'll see that this will change to the 26th. Or if you're coming in on a Monday morning and you have to enter your stats for the Friday, which was a couple of days ago, then you can actually enter the date here and click on go, and then you'll see that this date will update to whatever date it is that you picked here. Let's get into the habit though of doing our stats on the same day, as that is the default. When you come into the minutes screen, it will automatically be on today's date. So the first thing that you want to do if you have done a group class is go ahead and click on add group, and you will need to tell Coligo who you are. So I'm the PTA, and the group that I did today is Dancing with the Stars, so I will add that patient group. And now you'll see here that you have the group that you just added, so go ahead and click on that, and this is the window that will open, nothing bigger than that. So you'll see that automatically the status of your group is booked. Please remember that if you do have to cancel your group, we do ask you to click on cancel, and Coligo will double check, are you sure you want to cancel this group booking, and delete all of the minutes. If you had entered any minutes yet, they would be deleted, so you click OK. And now you'll see this extra little window that opens. Here it says no reason, however we are going to ask you to enter that reason. Some of the things are, for example, if the class is being held in the chapel, maybe the chapel was not available today, and then you would click save reason, and that reason would be saved. Some of the other reasons that the group classes are canceled, or perhaps maybe there was an outbreak, you can save that reason. Or maybe they were waxing the floor in the kitchen or in the dining room, which is where you usually do your group. Whatever that reason may be, please type it in and save that reason. We do like to keep track of why groups do not occur. So that would be, if your group does not occur, you would click on cancel to have this window come up. Of course, we are going to say that your group actually did occur. So here the booking status is set back to B. If we click on canceled, it'll re-ask us this. And the booking status is set to D. That's just so that the monthly reports know these kind of things. But we will click on B and leave it as B for booked. The first thing that you need to do after the booked or canceled status is actually enter the accessories who were in the group with you. So let's, first of all, before you enter any name here to create them, please always just click in either of the boxes and click on find, so that here you'll see you've already got 12 names of accessories in here. These names will remain there, and for example, I'm going to say that it was Betty Rubble that helped in this class. If I would type Betty Rubble in again and click create, her name would end up being here twice. And so what happens is you end up having the same name in there many, many times. Always get into the habit, please, of finding and searching to see if that name is already there before you create a new one. Now, the next person, I had 2 accessories in my group. The other person was Wilma. So I'm just going to take a look and see that Wilma Flintstone is actually not in here. So I will have to create Wilma's name. When you do create the name, it automatically shows up below. And if I re-click on Find, you'll see that this 12 number changes to 13 because now Wilma will be an accessory forevermore in this group. Once you've entered your accessories, the next thing you need to do is leave the modality as group exercises. We don't want people to go and click in here and change the type of specific group exercise class that it is. Please leave it at group exercise because that's the way it shows up on the reports and it makes it easier for us to track. Then when you're looking at the indirect stats, there are always indirect stats related to a group, whether it be that you're portering residents or setting up the room. So this is our way of making you enter those stats because we found a lot of people weren't entering them. So please do enter them because we know there are some. Maybe you set up the chairs in the room. So that could be 5 minutes of preparation. And maybe you had to actually porter residents into the class for 10 minutes, for example. Maybe it took you 10 minutes to porter them to and from. So go ahead and click on port. You did notice that as soon as I clicked on that first one, it did take a little bit of time to register because once you enter that indirect time is when your list of residents appears. So this is your next task, is to look at who is on this list and see is there anybody missing. And I'm going to notice that, Mickey Mouse was in my class today and I don't see Mickey Mouse's name here. So I'm going to go back up to the top and search for all of the last name M residents. And there are 4. And here we see Mickey Mouse. So once I click on Mickey, his name will appear down at the bottom. There it is. And so looking here, everybody else that is there was in my class and they're all on the list, so I can get started. Please note that the default is that people did not attend, and you must change them to attend for everybody that did attend. I will leave, Cindy Crawford actually has been refusing class so many times that the physio has finally discharged or discontinued group class from her treatment plan. So what I will do is in another video, we'll show you how to update and keep your group list current. You do that by going into the menu on the main page of Coligo, but we'll show you that in another video. For now, I will leave Cindy as not today because she refused once again. And as I'm going down my list, everybody else has attended so far, except poor Fred was in the hospital. And here we have everybody else. So I'll just finish going along my list. And once you've entered everybody as attended, you can then click on Save Attendance. And once you do, you'll see that the minutes will come up along the side, or the boxes for the minutes. And then to save time, once you click 30 in here, you'll see that the minutes copy down to everybody who actually attended the class. Those that didn't attend, the box doesn't get filled. The good thing here is that that makes it quick for entering the minutes. However, if somebody, let's say that Jane Doe showed up a little bit late for class and she only attended for 20 minutes, you can actually change her time to 20. And if Indiana Jones showed up only for the end of the class, you can actually change his time to 10. So you can individualize the minutes. It's just that having this little box up at the top here makes it a lot faster if everybody attended for the same amount of time. So once all of the minutes have been entered, then you click on Save Minutes. And this sometimes, oh, that was pretty quick. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Once Coligo has to actually bill the visit, you'll notice here that a visit has been billed for all of the people who attended the class and not those who haven't, because we did not enter any minutes for them. And so that is how you enter your group class. You will see here there is a delete booking button. We do ask that you don't use this to delete your booking. If you did not have your group class, as I mentioned before, please change it to canceled here and enter the reason, as we do like to track it, like I've already mentioned. So now that you've entered the time for all of your residents, you'll see here that it has been updated for direct minutes of 390 And you'll see up at the top that in your group class you now have 390 minutes. You can go back to enter your individual minutes now. Now you're on the individual tab, or you can add a new mini group or add another group if you did another group class, or you can review your stats from the day by clicking on any of the other tabs. You will see here that so far your day total is 45 minutes. If we go back into this group, you'll see you have 390 minutes of total resident time. If you go back into this group booking, you'll see where the 45 minutes in your day comes from. You have 5 and 10 minutes here, making 45. And Colago takes the most amount of minutes here, meaning 30, because your class was 30 minutes long. So it takes the 30 plus the 10 plus the 5 to add up to your 45-minute total in your day so far. Okay, and that's how you enter your group stats.